Wow, hello everyone. What a venue. This is the first time I'm actually in a church. It's amazing. For people that haven't met yesterday, I'm Celine. I lead the partnerships team in EMEA at Klaviyo, so mainly working with agencies and partners across EMEA. I've been at Klaviyo for 5 years now, and it's been a really great journey, and today I'm going to speak about the future of AI CRM marketing and what it means for all of you. So what we have seen in the past and what is changing is basically the agencies that have done services around CRM have seen that historically, and we spoke about it yesterday, it was around execution of campaigns, delivery, kind of like traditional services that you offer. And 2026 is definitely the year where we have seen everything shifting from execution to more strategies, and AI is obviously a big part of everybody's work today, so I'm going to speak about that. Super exciting to be here. I think I've mentioned it yesterday, but we've been partnering with you for the last 5 years, and it's been a pleasure to kind of like work with you around Klaviyo services and how the market is shifting. It's been a bit of a wild time. We have seen it over and over again. We've been navigating tariffs changes, and overnight, everything's kind of changing for your customers and for you as an agency. And I think what is really one of the things that we've seen is inflation and how it's affecting every single of your customer and what they're actually wanting from an agency today. And one of the things that we've seen is customers are now kind of very careful about their spend. They are scrutinizing every single invoices, every line items on the invoices, just because it's a bit of an uncertain time. And obviously I don't want to freak you out, but I'm gonna speak about this and what it means for you. We see it as a big opportunity today with all of the changes going around AI, where agencies and customers can really have there is a short amount of time in the near future where agents can really lean into those changes and really capitalize on what it means for your customers. Obviously, everybody knows this curve. It's, slowly going up. This is kind of what we're used to. So this is an e-commerce report, share of total global retail sales. So this is a trend from 2015 to 2024. And you can see it's going really slowly, steady up. You can see that during COVID time, we see an inflation of sales globally. So this is what we're used to. So remember this curve, it's going slowly every single year, except that now e-commerce is going through a massive transition, especially agencies. And what we're saying today is that the curve is actually like this. So when you think about this curve, traditional agencies and services have been kind of you service your customers every single month, you have the same services, you're just delivering on what you know best. Obviously, what we're saying today is that with AI and the demand, we're seeing everything changing really, really fast. Customers wanting some help from experts, and Tara just mentioned it earlier, nobody knows really what's going on. They know they need help, they know they need to evolve the way they're working, but they don't really know how to do it yet. And today, in this graph, you can see it, we are obviously at the beginning of this yellow kind of part in the curve. We know there is a window of opportunities for everyone in this room to help your customers perform using new tools, using AI to be kind of growing faster and adopting those technologies. And we see it as a massive opportunity, basically, and we're going to speak about what it means for you all today. Basically, AI capabilities are just growing tremendously, really, really fast, and while the market is adapting, and there is this gap that we will speak about today, what it means for you as an agency and what you should be thinking about to bridge that gap with your customers. It's a huge opportunity. We know for a fact that even if your customers are not I want everything AI, like you need to listen to their needs so you can actually adapt your services to deliver more revenue, like faster adaptation to technology that is around today. A lot of people today are kind of like integrating AI as part of like their operations. So systems, processes, like you know how to leverage AI, but I think the next thing that people are gonna actually want to do is AI as a service to service your customers. And I'm gonna ask you the same question, who has AI services today as part of your offering? So yeah, like 3-4 agencies around the room. This is what we think is like the biggest opportunity in the next 6 to 12 months to really have those services around servicing your customers on basically adopting technology. We spoke yesterday about agents, which is a term that everybody is using today. Nobody exactly know like what it is, but they want agent to do stuff for them. But agent orchestration is like probably the #1 thing that you can service your customers with. Knowledge-based management, we spoke yesterday with Will about content. Grant talks about kind of like the maturity, but basically teaching like a skill set of knowledge to your customers is probably one of the biggest things that we see as a leverage for your agency. And it's not a margin play, it's really a growth play for your agency, and this is what we think is really the future of services with agencies today. A few stats that I think are really, really important to remember. So today, 72% of enterprises, customers, are already using AI agents in some capacity. So for customer support, operations, like they're already there. And Gartner expects 80% of all customer interactions in the next 12 months to be handled without a human. So by 2029, which is 4 years from now. So again, like having a huge impact with your customers to make this transition is super important. 1 in 3 e-commerce brands today has already deployed AI-powered shopping agents, which is huge, and nearly 20% of global orders were influenced by AI in some capacity. I know we're gonna speak a lot about AI, but like it's happening, it's there, and like, you know, it's a window of opportunities that we think agencies can have to deliver exceptional experiences with your customers, because at the end of the day, we're talking about AI, but it's all about customer experiences, how to make the experiences for their customers in the most scalable way, in the most personalized way possible. And obviously, are you there? Brands are already there. So like, it's an opportunity that we want you to realize today. And if there is a few things that you need to take home, it's like, how do I get ready with my agency, with my services to kind of like get there and make sure that you can actually help your customers orchestrate all of those campaigns, agents, and build those skills together, because there is a lot to do and like the maturity is not really there yet. So when we speak about service, yeah, it's a service evolution, not a revolution. We have seen it in the past where agencies and the kind of like market has been evolving. And one of the things that you need to do is to make sure that you're really there, like before the wave is really taking you and over, and your customers to take them on this journey. As I mentioned, like building those agents and making sure like the orchestration is really there. It's on you guys to make sure that your agencies and people in your agencies are really trained to adapt and to take your customers on those journeys. Few things on new services and agent services. So the first one that we have been identifying is really around agent orchestration. So designing, managing like the AI layer that sits across the entire customer journey. So deciding which event is triggering which experiences and what AI should do what. and exactly how it should escalate and handle, like what do you escalate and hand over to a human at what point of like the customer journey. The second, and we spoke about it yesterday, which is probably the most important, is knowledge management, which personally I think is like where we have like the biggest work to do, is where do you get your information? Like, where is the data coming from? We spoke yesterday about the data as being as good as the experiences. Like, we need to make sure that all of the data is feeding the experiences for your customers. And as an agency, I think there is a huge area of growth and services that you could do around this orchestration. The third one is customer skills, where you combine all of the knowledge management of your customers and all of the custom skills. So on top of the customer journey strategy, you can move all of this into one kind of like package for your customers to make sure that they actually orchestrate all of the customer journey using all of the AI capacity. And obviously, like, this is not a sales pitch, but you know that since day one, Klaviyo has been kind of like at the forefront of how we orchestrate all of this data. You can really transform your services around it, and we are helping agencies service their customers with all of the data that we have. And obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, the AI layer on Klaviyo is at every single stage of the platform. So you can inject data, you can make experiences, you can build custom agents. So every single brand has all of the information, their brand of voice, content, everything in one place. And it's again like a rich platform that you should leverage with your customers to make sure that they have like really solid services that have like an AI kind of like layer into it. Yesterday we spoke about Composer, which is also something that you should leverage to make sure that your customers are really having one experience, one platform, and having all of this rich data that comes into play. K-Service, we have seen agencies really leveraging and integrating K-Service as part of their core offering. So you have Customer Hub, Customer Agent, and Help Desk. And we have seen agencies really having new offers, service lines to leverage AI and how to orchestrate all of the campaigns from orchestration of campaigns, customer support, and all of the help desk. So if you haven't really thought about integrating those into your offering, we really recommend just having a look, have a deep dive into the product, really understand it, and like see how you can service your customers, because there is huge opportunities for you guys to kind of like, again, sell services that will answer your customers' needs. One example, so I'm sure most of you know Domain. It's one of our agency partners that have been leveraging AI and Klaviyo to migrate one of the customers that is called Mark Fisher. Huge amount of data migrated into 4 weeks from the old platform into Klaviyo. It's an American brand, but we have many, many examples in EMEA where we have like migration from different platforms into Klaviyo, and we see huge results when it's actually orchestrated across the entire customer journey. One of the things that was very challenging was timing. Obviously, there were, it was a very high-stake project, but very, very executed well by the agency, leveraging every single services on Klaviyo. So this is one great example of a partner leveraging K-Service and all of our platform to migrate customer over to Klaviyo. So what to do next? One of the things that we always say is reach out to your partner manager. Like, I'm sure most of you will have one. Audit your current service offering. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, like, it's totally fine. Or if you need advice, like, you obviously have so many people in this room today to speak to. Will, obviously, he's been helping a lot of you. You have Grant. I love you, Grant. Like, I loved your presentation yesterday. If you need help on kind of like AI and how to integrate that into your offering, And we have many, many examples of really good agencies that have done it. And what we're trying to do is also build this community of partners where we know who is doing what really well. And most of the agencies doing some really cool stuff actually want to share it with the ecosystem and with other agencies. So if you need any connection and like if you need us to like connect you with some other agencies, like we're happy to do so. Having a different kind of conversation, this is something that we always encourage. Sometimes like clients don't really know what they need, but it's on you to ask the right questions and to really discover what's like the end goal. Do they want to increase customer retention? So how can I utilize AI to kind of like get to that goal? Because nobody is gonna be like, I want AI everywhere. It's not what they want. It's just like, what problem am I trying to solve? And like, it's on you guys to kind of like leverage the right tools. And then getting to your Klaviyo resources. We have tons of resources. Even internally, we're a bit overwhelmed sometimes of how much content we have, but try to leverage all of these resources internally at Klaviyo to help your agencies kind of get there. And if you haven't done it, we can do demo, we can do strategy session. We have teams in EMEA in the US that really want to lean in. I don't know if you have met Gina in the US, but she's fantastic. She's kind of like our AI expert and can go through like your service offering, really doing an audit of what you're doing and kind of like give you a recommendation of what you should be doing. That's it. I think thank you so much. We've been